during the conference?
What
was the reaction at the beginning? Why did it change?
I think the reaction at the beginning was that we've already had the big change with the 800 megahertz band.
With what?
The 800 megahertz band.
800, yeah.
At WRC07. So it was that we've had that decision, we've had that discussion at the last WRC. We don't need it again. We didn't come here with a plan to go for more spectrum. This is the sort of thing that initially European countries wanted to have as part of the Agenda Item 1.1 and consider the spectrum requirements and so on. So that was the start, but and as the conference went on, European countries understood more about the position of the countries that were really seeking this agenda item, and so European countries came to understand that there was no benefit, no point in just trying to say no, because that's not what the outcome was going to look like. And so the best way to deal with this was to engage with the discussion and see what sort of compromise could be reached. So it was a difficult process, but it was countries recognising that this was a legitimate request from other countries, and that there needed to be a way of accommodating it, and in a way that also allowed the European countries to feel sufficiently confident that issues of compatibility and spectrum requirements would be taken into account.
What is the position of European countries now after the conference with regard to the 700 megahertz?
It's still there's still a wide range of different views in European countries. There are some who are very keen to promote the use of this band for mobile. There are some who are really wanting to protect broadcasting and carry on using broadcasting. We've also got the scenario of Russia, which is also using the band for other services like aeronautical radio navigation. So there's still a wide range of views, but I think we're able to work on sorting out the issues about things like channeling arrangements and the protection of broadcasting. It's not always easy, but we're close enough together on certain issues that we can reach agreements on those points.
Do you consider the ITU to be a passive or active organization through the discussion of the 700 mega issue?
Yeah. I'm not sure what answer to give there.
Did they intervene? Were they neutral?
I think the ITU, the intervention of the ITU was more along the lines of trying to help the negotiation. So they didn't push us in one way or another, but they were encouraging the dialogue between CEPT and ATU and the Arab group, and encouraging that discussion and encouraging us to try and find where there was a way of reaching compromise.
Yeah. The UK is a very special case because you are a member of the Commonwealth group, which has many African countries.
Yes.
I can see, and this is from like a distance,
Mm-hmm.
a big conflict between CIG and ATU.
Right.
How do you see that in the light of the 700 mega issue?
Well, we don't try and influence the Commonwealth group too much ourselves, because it's a group for all the members. All the members are equal. So I think if there's a difference of view, if there's a difficulty, then I think that's something that the members concerned need to bring up within the Commonwealth Group. It's not something that we'd try and steer. But that's the nature of the group, is that it has to resolve its own internal differences.
Was being in the CIG group a factor in accepting the 700 mega issue proposal? Being more closer to the African countries?
Well, it gave us a useful way of getting together with those countries and speaking to them directly. So it helped us understand their needs, I think. But ultimately, what it came down to was recognising that there needed to be a compromise between the CPT and other groups.
But did you know about the 700 mega issues before the WRC?
It had been mentioned in the Commonwealth Group, but again, we weren't aware of what level of support there was.
But the issue was never raised in CEPT before WRC?
No.
This may not be a related question, but
Yeah.
I want to ask the same question, but for the Frankfurt group. Frankfurt, the one that...
Yes.
Frankfurt?
Yes, Francophone, yes.
Frankfurt. What do you think of the influence, of the dual influence of France in the Commonwealth group?
Yeah.
And same question, just...
I'm not sure. I don't have much visibility of that, so it's not obvious to me
what's going on.
What's going on there.
So during the discussion of the 700 mega issues,
Yeah.
the French administration were not getting views from the Frankfurt. Just
I don't know.
Okay. No problem.
We weren't told.
How effective is the CEPT preparation for WRC? I mean, how easy to reach a consensus? Just because you have CEPT is SMG, Arab people, ATU, but CEPT.
Yeah.
So
it can be. Well, it depends so much on the issue, but we've got a good set of procedures and we have a lot of meetings, so we really work through all the issues and understand what the nature of the issue is and what the options are for resolving it. So, and we've got a procedure, a very set procedure for developing European common proposals.
Similar to the ITU procedures, or
it's different. So we have there's a mix of procedures. So we have project teams of the conference preparatory group, and those project teams work by consensus, and they have to have absolute consensus for any common views going out of those to the ITU. But
consensus mean everybody agrees,
absolutely everyone has to agree. If one country says no, then it is not a CPT position.
Really?
Yeah. So that's the project team level. But then when it comes to the higher level, to the conference preparatory group, that considers the possible European common proposals, and there is a procedure there which requires that any European common proposal must have at least 10 supporting countries, and it cannot have any more than 6 objecting countries. So if 7 object